and gentlemen, we find that examples of international sporting tournaments redundant for the simple reason that there's so much more objectivity and neutrality while organizing those tournaments, and all rules in those tournaments are pre-set as opposed to Litsock events, right? For example, a dramatics event in Litsock usually has a time limit of 15 minutes, but the fact that there's a coordinator in Saras and he knows the judges means that if they perform for 1.5 hours, that extra time is waived and that they aren't given a penalty, ladies and gentlemen. And this is something that has happened in the past, and we tell you that this is power that coordinators have that non-coordinators don't have, and we don't think they should be allowed to use, abuse and exercise this power which is differential in nature. But second, let's talk about this idea of mere organization, right? We don't think any of what's happening is mere organization. Choosing formats, setting time limits, in some cases choosing the judges and knowing what their preferences are. As much as we'd like to say that judges are unbiased, we know for a fact, especially in events like writing, judges have preferences, and the fact that you know the judge and you're involved with calling the judge will mean you know what their preferences are. In some cases, you even set the topic, ladies and gentlemen, and we're assuming that obviously these are out of debate. So the other things are still as important as setting the topic in itself. But second, let's talk about this issue of pride, right? We think there still exists pride with other people from your hostel still winning at the event because they're good at it, which ties into the argument about club conveners being skilled, right? We think that's in a way good and a problem. So the way that we think it's good is because the fact that club conveners are skilled and have the knowledge and aren't allowed to participate is exactly what will get them to give fun day sessions to their freshies in their hostels, to promote the culture within their hostels in the interest of their hostel winning, especially since they cannot participate. But what is the bad thing with having these skilled club conveners participating, ladies and gentlemen? We find it problematic that there is a general opinion, as the opposition brought to us today, that these club conveners, by virtue of holding positions of coordinatorship or club convenership, are actually better than most other people in the hostel, therefore giving them a direct route to these events. It may be true, in which case we tell you that even if that's the case, we want more incentivization of other people to participate and better honing of their talents. And that these people can still participate in events outside of Litsock, considering the fact that they're good. But second, we tell you that there are cases where other people might be equally good but just not be a coordinator or a convener, and this creates false impressions in some cases that the fact that there is a coord or a convener causes them to be better than the rest of them. So they said these people will give advice, right? We were saying advice can still be taken from coordinators on the general areas of the event in itself, as it happens by club conveners to a general audience from the institute, apart from their own hostel. So we think they have better interest in promoting a culture because what they do goes to a general audience from the institute and not exclusively to their own hostel. We think we create and enhance this responsibility on coordinators and conveners to create an insti-wide culture as opposed to it's only a hostel culture. We think hostel culture is created by litsecs, literary secretaries, social secretaries and tech secretaries who exist in the status quo for that very purpose. But second, let's talk to you about the credibility of Litsock events, right? We tell you that if Litsock events lose their credibility, which they are increasingly losing because of allowing coordinators participate in this event, people are less likely to indulge themselves, associate themselves and participate in these events. If they feel like people have had extra advantages, even though it's not actually true, the fact that there are no credible ways and mechanisms of checking whether there has been involvement, especially in, say, an event like creative writing group, for example. Coordinators set topics and have much more time to think about them by virtue of the fact that they set them, as opposed to when the topics are actually released. So it's not really possible for anybody to prove credibly that there has been involvement of coordinators. So because that is not possible and because we cannot deter them on that basis, there's an even greater problem on the people who want to participate, feel it's unfair, but whose voices are not heard because there is no credible checking mechanism. And therefore we tell you to avoid it at the root itself, right? And what do we mean by avoiding it at the root? We tell you that have a blanket ban on coordinators participating in their own events. And this doesn't completely restrict them, right? For example, the quiz club has different coordinators for different events. So a lone wolf quiz coordinator can still participate in a sports and entertainment quiz. We think these things will still happen. We think a speaking events coordinator can still expand its horizons by taking part in, say, dramatics and projecting himself in that way, just as a dramatics coordinator can do in elocution, which is a speaking event event that leans towards the dramatic side, ladies and gentlemen. So we're telling you that there are checking mechanisms to allow them hone their own talents and allow them hone the other people's talents in INSTI, which is why they are coordinators and conveners in the first place, and therefore I beg to propose.